Oh yeah, what's going on, guys? It's your boy hbkjust in the back, and I'm bringing you guys a game of some domination on fire range. This is part 2 basically of actually this is part 3 of the live commentary session that I was uploading, but unfortunately something happened with the game audio, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to do it as a live commentary. I'm going to have to do it as a regular commentary, so which is why I'm talking over it. But I just wanted to give it out because, you know, I said it was going to be a 3-part session, so I'm gonna show the game anyway. I don't care. But one of the things I definitely wanted to figure I could talk to you guys about that was pretty interesting, as I totally failed here, was my video when I said that in a particular story that or a particular experience that I went through, in which one of my closest friends, when I was around 13-14 years old, admitted to me that he was gay. Basically he came out the closet to me. And a lot of people, I've got a really good response from that video. Some people are saying, listen, if I was you, Justin, I would have ran out the room too. And some people saying, you know, they would have took the other route and been a little bit mature about the situation and said, okay, you know, it doesn't matter as long as you don't hit on me. And, you know, to be honest with you, I totally understand both stances. I understand both points. That's totally understandable. It makes perfect sense, because if a situation like that happens to you, it's like, of course, if that's your closest friend, if that's your closest buddy, of course you're not gonna, you're not gonna just want to walk out, or you're not gonna want to just, you know, be like, oh, you know what, fuck you, you know, I don't want to talk to you anymore, or you're gay, you know, who does that? You know, it's 2011. This is something that's a way of life. Some people, you know, people like what they like. It is what it is. And who am I or who are we to judge, period? You know what I mean? And I'm not one to do that. I'm not one to judge anybody. It's not what I'm here for. You know, if you're my friend, you're my friend, regardless what your sexual orientation is. And that kind of, you know, it kind of hit home, because I read some in the comments. This video, the videos that I'm talking about, I'll post it on my channel, and then what happens is that, you know, $2 will see it, or I'll mention it to him, and then he'll post it on COD Ops. And the discussion that was on COD Ops was really good. It's really gratifying. And one of the things that I try to pride myself on doing was one of the things I pride myself doing is just basically opening it up to you guys and try to, you know, give you guys my life experience, regardless how perfect or imperfect it is. You know, people go through different things, and sometimes we have to take those things as a grain of salt and just learn from them and move on. You know what I mean? So in this particular situation, it was real weird. It was real weird. It was real, I should say, difficult to deal with. I'm not gonna lie, because when you're like 13-14 years old, the last thing, I mean, you have to understand, put yourself, you know, this is the situation I was in, guys. At that time, the only thing I was concerned about was being, you know, working on my jump shot, dunking, because I'm very short, but I was able to dunk then, you know, doing different things like that. I didn't give a shit about things like that. That's just something that, you know, that just wasn't on my mind. That's not something that I was really concerned about. So that's something that was really important to me. I didn't give a shit, you know what I mean? So for me to take that mature route, yes, of course I would have done that maybe in 2 years after that. If you would have told me around 16-17 instead of 13-14, I think that definitely I would have been able to take that different route and been able to been a little bit mature. But as I said, me and him are definitely real good friends still. We talk to each other sometimes on Facebook. I don't see him as much because, you know, we don't live near each other anymore, but we're still really cool. We're still real good friends. And, you know, the times that I do see him, you know, I say what's up and how's everything going, how's the family, and, you know, things of that nature. So, you know, everything that particular situation didn't change anything when it comes to my friendship. Now you have to understand, guys, one of the things about me, I was listening to PKA last night. For anybody that don't know, Painkiller already, and one of the things that I was is what kind of brought to my attention is that now someone said, listen, I'm from New York, things like that don't happen. You have to say, in a lot of where I grew up, I see it a lot now, like, but when I grew up, you know, things of that nature didn't happen too often. But now, it's like, forget about it. It's everywhere. This is New York City. Gays, you know, homosexuals, all types of things. That there's actually a particular area downtown in Manhattan where if you go to that area and you expect not to see a flamboyant homosexual gentleman, you're crazy. I'm being honest. Like, you know, those, I'm not gonna lie, you know, sometimes that I've come when I was younger, that things like that bothered me because it's just uncomfortable. It's like what you do it makes you uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie, but as you get older, you have to try to shake those things. You have to try to understand that these are still people, regardless what their sexual orientation is, and that's just how I feel about that. Now, when it comes to, it's kind of weird because I've had girlfriends that are bisexual. You know what I mean? I have girlfriends that definitely like girls just as much as they like guys. And I remember Hutch was talking about in PK, well, not during the podcast, but the after show. He was saying, you know, they're born that way, and I don't know if because I've seen situations where a female that I know that, you know, they'll get in a bad relationship with a guy, they'll get really pissed off, and then they'll say, you know what, fuck this, I'm not dealing with fucking guys no more, I'm just gonna switch over to girls. And they do it, like, you know what I mean? They will have no fucking they wouldn't show you or talk about it or anything, no indication that they feel that way about females, but because they're in a bad relationship with a guy, they'll just say, you know what, fuck that, I'm just gonna go and talk to girls, and they'll do it. You know, how the fuck do you do that? Like, like, I don't understand how that's possible. So for Hutch or for certain people to say, you know, they're born that way, I don't know if I agree with that. I think in most cases, a lot of times in most cases, they are born like that. Just like I'm born straight, I'm born loving girls. I love girls. You know what I mean? But I don't understand how a female, and I've never seen this from a dude, but I don't understand how a female could come out and say, oh, you know, I'm in a bad relationship with this guy, fuck that. I think this was a good, I was going pretty much rage mode right here. Enjoy. But anyway, I don't understand how, you know, a female could get in a bad relationship with a guy and then all of a sudden just say, you know what, fuck that shit, I'm not going to deal with that guy anymore, I'm not going to deal with that shit anymore, I'm just going to, you know, deal with females or whatever. Or then if they deal with females, they'll try to deal with both. It's just crazy. Like, I have ex-girlfriends where every single one of her sisters are gay, except for her. Not gay, but bisexual. Like, they like both. But they'll say they're gay, but they like both. They'll literally like both. Like, I've seen them deal with guys and girls at the same time, which is crazy. So what I want to know from you guys is definitely, what are your opinion on that? What is your opinion on just, like, is that really a certain sexuality? Is that somebody that's confused? Like, what is your opinion on that? Because, or do you feel that people are born that way? I have certain subscribers that even came out and said, listen, I'm gay, and, you know, it doesn't change anything, and I agree 100%. But from a female point of view, what do you think about that? One of the things, I was talking to my girlfriend, actually, because I was saying, should I see if I can hit up an old friend of mine who's bisexual and maybe do a dual commentary with her? You know what I mean? That would be extremely difficult to do, because it might be a kind of a weird conversation, but if you guys, I don't know, if you guys want to see it, maybe 250 likes, I could try to convince him. Maybe I could see and we could continue this conversation and get a female's point of view when it comes to a different sexuality. So let me know what you think. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry about the game audio, and have a good weekend. Talk to you later.